How's it going, guys? Magnitudex here, and I am joining late into this game. This was, I believe, during Double XP weekend about I don't know what it was, like maybe a week ago or so. But before we get started, I do want to ask you guys if you guys enjoy the video, if you guys enjoy what I'm going to be talking about, which is a little bit different again today. And I promise you it's the last video where I'm going to be off topic. And then after all this, I'll do the AMAs tomorrow, and then I'll get into some actual strategy gameplay, talking about what's going on in the game, and maybe some interesting stories from my life. So if you guys do enjoy the episodes, make sure you subscribe to the Assassin's Creed show. Link is down in the description, or that big giant thumbnail next to the actual view counter. It can help me out, and it will get you guys, it'll notify you guys if a new video comes up. So help me out, check it out, and if you guys can subscribe, and I can, that's all I can ask for. But let's get into this. And as you guys will probably note from the title, I am essentially saying that, it's not the developer's fault. I feel as if it's the AC gamers' fault. And it's not everybody, but you guys cannot deny the fact that this game has evolved so much since the Brotherhood days. There's so many new people that are coming into this game. They're kind of catching on to this, and they're moving away from the Call of Duty wave, and they're going into Assassin's Creed. And in a sense, it's almost as if Assassin's Creed is becoming Call of Duty 2.0 in a sense, and some people have said this, even some people still dispute this fact. But I've been playing this game long enough to know that it's definitely changed since the very first day that I put that CD in, or that Blu-ray disc, and I started playing this multiplayer. So there's days when I honestly play this fucking game and I just get a freaking aneurysm. I'm raging so freaking hard every single time, and I'm not having fun with this game anymore. And then, you guys might be like, oh, this is just another video where Magnitudex just goes ballistic and just starts complaining about everything. Take some time, listen to the video, and it's not what it's about. You guys will see by the end of this video what I'm trying to get at. In a sense, I've listened to people's recommendations, and they're like, try different profile sets. Try playing different game modes, do challenges, and there's so many different AC commentators out there that are doing challenges. They're like trying something different, throwing knives and firecrackers and tripwire bombs, closure. They're doing all this, all these different challenges and different types of game modes. There's another person that I seen where they try to play a whole game without even going high profile. And as novel as those ideas are, it's really honestly not helping out. I still find myself getting raped in like 90% of the games by smoke poisons, or even these douchebags that are just fucking leaving tripwire bombs in their most ridiculous places on the map, and then as soon as they see me trip that tripwire bomb, they jump down from the rooftop, stun me, and then they run off, and that's the end of the game. And then sorry, it just pisses me off so much. I found myself moving away from playing team-based game modes and playing, Assassinate, and going back to the basics of just, either going back to Brotherhood or just playing simple deathmatch, or just deathmatch to the point. Deathmatch isn't getting as bad as all the other game modes, but there's still lots of bullshit going on. And the thing that I wanted really to talk to you guys about is I don't really feel as if it's the developer's fault anymore. This game has blown up so much, and the game has gotten so popular in the last year or so with this multiplayer edition that honestly it's attracted so many players, and it's these players that are actually ruining the game for us. Because if you remember, if you played Assassin's Creed Brotherhood within like the first month or 2 months that it was released, it was an amazing game. It was polished, it worked perfectly, there's minimal lag, you didn't see as many problems as you did. And the same thing with Revelations. If you played this game the first month, or like the first 2-3 weeks that this game came out, it was perfect. Like, I mean, minimal problems. There was the occasional lag somewhere, the smoke bomb didn't come off at a few times, but it didn't have the problems that that typically this game has nowadays. And you simply just sit there and you're just raging so much about the fact that this game is getting worse, and it's not the developer's fault. I feel as if it's the gamer's fault. There's so many people out there with shitty internet connections, people that just don't know how to play this game properly, and are just running the most ridiculous combos. They're stun locking you, they're freaking smoke bombing and poisoning you every 5 seconds, and they're just, like, take a look at this game. This whole game was played out on top of these tents. and it pissed me off so fucking much that I said to myself, like, I'm gonna record this shit and I'm gonna show it off. And then that's the thing, and you have to deal with this bullshit every single time, in these players and everything, and then they just take off on you, and it just gets me pissed off. And you know, I have to blame the players, and then more so I have to blame their parents, because back in the day when you sat down, you played video games, it was as if, you know, it was a reward for you. Like, your parents were like, you do your homework, you go outside, get some freaking fresh air, go run outside with your friends, go play some soccer or basketball, and then you can play an hour or two of video games. And this is pretty much what has changed now. The whole premise and the whole aspect of playing video games, it's taken over everybody's life now. Like, the video games is a fucking babysitter for everybody, and every single parent's like, you know, Tommy, go play some video games, and just, you know, spend the whole freaking weekend playing video games. And that's the thing I notice on my even on my friends on PSN, that I'll go on in the morning for maybe an hour and I'll see somebody playing a game. I'll go on like 6 hours later, that same person's still playing the game. Later on at night, he's still there. I'm like, what the hell is this person doing? Does he have his PS3 in the fucking bathroom, just sitting on the toilet, taking a shit, taking a piss, and just playing this game 24/7, not ever leaving this? I can understand if maybe it's a whole family, there's 4 or 5 kids, and you're all taking turns. But damn it, kids, just go outside and have some fun, and just do something other than just play this game. Because it's almost as if it's like these people are just ruining this game for everybody, because, you know, just rushing everywhere, you're running around, you're doing shit that this game wasn't designed for, and it's just pissing all of the top-notch, the high-end players off, or even the people that, you know, just want to be in this game to have fun. It's pissing everybody off. Now, just because the gamers and the parents are being blamed for this by me, doesn't mean that the developers are off the hook. No, it doesn't. To be honest with you, the developers are just as at fault as the actual gamers themselves. Like, the developers gave the players the ability to pull off this bullshit. Like, if the developers didn't, you know, include stupid choices in increasing stun range and, you know, making the actual running mechanic and the actual roofing mechanic more prominent in the game, then we wouldn't have these problems. So, are the developers completely off the hook? No, there are certain design decisions that they did make that other commentators have noted on, that, you know, they technically, you know, maybe shouldn't have put it into the game, but is it still there? It's still there. It's still prominent. They're still, you know, not doing anything about it, and I'm still pissed off at the fact that these developers, you know, put in that long stun range, you know, that reverse detection meter and assassinate. Like, what the fuck were you thinking? Honestly. And I do apologize about the swearing, and I'm just hitting my table right here. And somebody had asked me, like, have you ever raged enough to break a controller? I haven't tossed a controller at a wall, but I did actually crush a controller in my hands because of a certain situation. I literally had both hands on it, and then I just twisted till it snapped in the middle. So, you know, I'm getting a little bit pissed off at the fact that these, you know, developers have given this mechanic to these douchebag players, and there's no real consequences behind it. And you see it in every single game, not only Assassin's Creed, but there's also people raging on, you know, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, you know, Black Ops and whatever. In a sense, you know, if we don't make our voices heard now, then there's really no hope for Assassin's Creed 3 that is coming out within the next, whatever it is, within the next couple months. October 30th, that was the day I believe it was announced that the AC3, they said it's, you know, it's been 3 years in development. And when I see the game, when I see a beta version of the multiplayer, I'm going to decide on my own whether they actually worked for 3 years on it. So that's the game, you guys. As you guys can see, I finished first. I tied in first at least, you know. Nonetheless, no thanks to the lobby and to the bullshit players in this lobby. But nonetheless, I'm going to leave you guys with a nice little community question here. You guys can leave a comment down below. This is it. Or do you agree with me that it's not just the developer's fault, that it's also the gamer's fault? Leave a question down below. And if you guys want to leave a question for my AMA series, also leave a question down below in the comments. Leave a comment. You know, if you guys see other comments that you guys do agree with, then thumbs it up. But until later, all I can ask you guys to do is subscribe to my channel, like and favorite the video, because it helps me grow and helps the video get out there with the new YouTube kind of subscription feeds that they're testing out. And that's pretty much it for me, guys. Until later, check out the Assassin's Creed show, check out my channel, and thank you for watching, and thank you for putting up with me, and I'll definitely come back with some more quality gameplay and quality commentaries in the future. Stay thirsty.